Welcome to Plandish, where plans are flexible, the vibes are good, and the kids are suspiciously quiet. I'm Alexandra, a twin mom, routine realist, and your guide to kinda sorta getting it together. Let's dive into today's episode before someone spills their snack. We are back. This week we are talking about something that doesn't always get enough airtime, the mental health side of parenting, which has burnout, anxiety, mental load, and why even good parents can feel completely wrecked inside. And I have got my co-host back. Joe is here.
Holla.
We are interviewing our amazing guest, Carly. She is a licensed therapist, mom, and the voice of reason in a world full of emotional overwhelm. So let's do this. Let's dive right in. We're going to start with a little weekly debrief. We just got off of a dinner out that we had with our friends, which Carly was there and her husband, and I drank a little too much wine, so...
If you want to start there, we can. I was going to give you at least a topic or two until we got warmed into it, but...
That's fine.
Yeah, we did get to go to dinner on Friday with friends, which was very nice to do. When we sat down, I think I said, have we ever done this?
It's been years.
At least at like a sit-down dinner.
Pre-kids. Sure.
And without kids, too. It was very nice to unplug. And I did catch you at one point. I go, hey, I foresee this being bad for you.
I know.
The following day.
I know.
But the excitement of people, no kids, nice food.
And wine. And wine on an empty stomach, because I started drinking on an empty stomach, and I think that's where it gets to you. Like, vodka, I could do vodka all day. No hangover, but... I was struggling.
There was also the wine tasting after the dinner, which I think there was 8 glasses of wine or 8 little.
I was struggling.
Samples.
Okay. But you pulled the weight yesterday with the kids, so that was nice.
Yeah, your hangovers are crippling though. Like that was
bad.
A full day of recovery. But I did snap into it and took over. Was that Saturday? Yeah, took over all day Saturday. It was funny because the kids actually ate all 3 meals. There was no fuss.
I'm still mind boggled by that. Every meal for me, it's World War V. I'm getting food chucked at me, forks. They don't take me seriously.
It's the wife-husband dynamic, though. I think maybe the dad, mom.
Probably.
For whatever reason, they just, I mean, I don't do it often. You take most of the meals because of work, but.
Yeah.
I did have that written down. They ate all the meals, and I wanted to share that on the podcast. So
I think that was pretty good, and that was huge because I could not get my ass.
You weren't moving
out of bed or the couch yesterday.
Yeah, you were incapacitated.
But hey, that doesn't happen often, and I think that's fine.
You get a break.
It's a plandish day.
Yeah, you got a break. So, but it was good. I think dinner with friends was fun, and it's a good end cap to the week. So.
It's good to get out as a parent. I think it's almost needed to do, obviously, date nights one-on-one, and then do other parent friends date nights.
We've got a good friend group.
Yeah, that's super huge.
Shout out to the friends.
I know.
Yeah.
But, how did your first episode, Joe, go? Like, let's just...
I think it was surprisingly fun.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped on Wednesday, as we all know. I think, overwhelmingly, the feedback was positive.
Absolutely.
I am much more harsh on myself when it comes to, but for the first one, I think we did a great job. And
no, fabulous. I mean, you're back.
We're basically,
you've been invited back
by choice or not, but yes. But I think us just recording what we typically talk about is the best flow for this.
Yeah.
So, but a lot more fun than I thought. I do catch myself getting off topic super fast.
I think that train. Do.
Yeah, but that train gets rolling down the tracks. As long as I can loop it back, that was our biggest takeaway was...
I know. I got to have like a signal with you to be like, okay, let's like hone in.
Don't just take us to left field and then leave us in left field. At least bring us back somewhere. So, and you did a great job of keeping me on, but it's definitely something I will work towards. Hopefully it wasn't too much of an issue on the last one, but
no,
I think it was good.
I thought it was great.
Surprisingly fun.
I know.
Surprisingly fun was what my main takeaway was.
Yeah. I think... that kind of like sums up everything. With kids-wise, kids have been good.
They're sleeping more in their beds,
Yeah.
which is, we're chipping away at that. I don't want to give too many sneak peeks. Backtrack here a little bit. The guests that we have lined up, podcast-wise, we've got Carly on today, who she smashed it.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that in a couple minutes. Not going to give anything away, but we've got a really cool guest on for 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now is even bigger. So we've got
I think anybody who's coming
guests.
on here is, first of all, a huge thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Second of all, everybody's a heavy hitter, like including today. Carly's a heavy hitter, so yeah,
The guests
it's going to be a fun one.
Gonna be fun. Yeah, the guests are going to be fun. Stay tuned. Some really good stuff there. But yeah, the kids are sleeping more in their bed. We did need to strengthen our defenses too this week. If you want to share that at all, we went from the plastic fence. Now, when I say fence, room divider, what would you call those?
It was a retractable
Room divider.
mesh room divider. Yeah.
But the bottom you could easily slide through.
Yeah,
which is what Tate found out.
Tate started to go on his stomach and slide underneath. So that was fun, but now we've upgraded. We are full metal with
titanium steel.
Yep.
Metal gate, which aesthetically looks better.
We'll see how Tatey
should do a post on that. I don't know if that's
it is. Yeah.
a back to home base post or not. If that's up your, but
Hey.
a before and after of what we did accidentally having to find out the bar cart didn't work.
Any baby stuff I think is
New
all
furniture.
helpful.
Yeah,
But
you did a great job this week. But yeah, that was, as far as things go, it was a light week, I guess. I don't know if there's light weeks with kids, but dinner
I think
with
it was
friends,
pretty good.
couple house upgrades,
Yeah,
chipping away at sleep. I think it was a good week.
I agree. And now here's our interview with Carly Saren. Today's guest is someone I absolutely adore, and not just because she lets me vent in the text at all hours. Carly is one of my best friends, a fellow mama to her sweet little girl, and someone who just gets it.
She's also a licensed clinical social worker and therapist who specializes in helping people navigate anxiety, parenthood, and all the mental load that comes with it. Not to mention, she's also married to one of my best friends down here, my go-to for golf. Shout out to Zach. We had kids around the same time. It's been amazing.
So awesome.
Thank you so much for that, by the way. But yes, an extra shout out to Zach holding down the dad side of things.
I'm so excited to have her on today to talk about what parents are really carrying emotionally, mentally, and invisibly, and how we can actually start asking for help without guilt. So Carly, welcome to the Plandish
Yay,
crew.
thank you. This is more
Welcome.
this is more hyped up than me finishing my own therapy session. I love it. This is a great intro.
This is therapy.
Honestly,
This is
it feels
therapy.
like it.
It's kind of backed our way into a therapy.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Carly, tell us a little bit, or everyone out there, about you, like your background,
yes.
how you met Zach, of course.
This is like the beginning of online dating, but wasn't online dating. So I did meet Zach online through mutual connections on Instagram. So not a dating site. When I look back, I'm like, if Charlie, my daughter Charlie, ever came and told me this story, I'd be like, you cannot date this person. Like, you can't meet someone you just randomly met online. But I mean, that's the world now, but it wasn't then. So yeah, I work at a private practice now, doing therapy a few nights a week. And then I'm a school social worker for the high school during the day. And then I used to run a group home for a while, and left that when I got married and became a parent. But I still am on staff there as a supervisor for them. So I oversee their therapist and do some case consults and kind of work through the mental world with foster care.
I love it.
Love it. And actually, we will go back. I don't think I've ever heard that story. Was there a DM slide?
Yes.
I've never heard this story. So did Zach slide or did you slide?
No, I did not slide.
So
He
Zach
did.
slid.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
will give the props of like, he came at it from the approach of like trying to be interested in my life. So I was just going to get my master's in social work. So he
Smart.
was like, hey, I heard or I saw you like whatever got into this program. Like, tell me about it. Like, why do you want to do it?
Smart
Pretending
man.
like,
Oh
I'm
my
sure he was
gosh.
interested. But then it turned into like, well, when you're in town, let's go to dinner. And
I don't think I ever.
Very romantic of Zach to
it
do
was,
that. Oh my
because
gosh.
I think if he would have just been like, let's go on a date, I would have been like, delete, next.
Yeah.
Right? So like, it was the interest in your life that made you open to.
Yeah, I mean, we've known you for like 8 years now, and I've never known that story. You guys make fun of us all the time because me and Zach will golf, and you go, what do you talk about for 4.5 hours?
We always
don't,
ask.
We don't know either, for the record, but obviously it's nothing.
They don't even know what they do. They didn't even know their career paths or anything.
No,
for
that
the
was,
past
I just
8
found out
years.
Zach
I don't
was
understand.
in marketing
When you
a
asked
couple weeks ago.
how his job's
He's
going,
been
that
in
he
there
worked
for
out
4
like
years.
9 years ago.
I mean, at least hopefully someone can back me up on this outside of just this group here now, but guys on the golf course, they don't, like, we go do it so we are not talking about work. We can unplug from
Sometimes
other
you have
things.
juicy stuff.
Yeah, but we're not sitting there talking about our jobs.
Are you
so.
talking about your mental
or
health?
obviously
Maybe you
meetups.
should be.
Yeah, we're not, definitely not. The mental health is the golfing part. That's the helping of the mental health. But that's funny. I actually didn't even know he slid into your DMs. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jolt in there. But
No,
Shout out
you're
to
good.
those, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's
Appreciate
dive
that.
in. Speaking of mental health, so what are you seeing most often in parents you work with when it comes to burnout, anxiety, and the overwhelming pressure to just do everything?
I think at private practice, a lot of times it's moms coming in, unfortunately, instead of it being the couples.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the mom that's coming in to be like, I know I'm doing everything I should be doing. Like, they rationally know that in your head, but you're still feeling like you're missing something. Like, I'm still letting somebody down. I'm still feeling guilty for going to work or choosing to spend time with my friends, even though they know that they have done everything they could as a parent that day.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of the frustration is like fighting the societal pressure a little bit of being this like perfect mom. And like when we talk about Instagram as being one, like what we're putting forth on social media is I only cook for my kids, or it's only like organic food or whatever, when like that's not real. No. And so it's fighting, I think, a lot of that, or the anxiety of not wanting to be honest about like how hard it is. We all know it's hard, but nobody actually wants to admit that, like, I am really struggling.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. If we all just agreed to that, then no one has this guilt that would come from...
I don't know why everyone internalizes it, though, because you see a lot of people coming out about it, like, talking about it, like...
But is it now because it's cool?
That's another thing, too. Or it's just
know.
Socially broadcasted, whereas back then, like, I know that my great-grandmothers and beyond, they dealt with all this like postpartum anxiety, depression, taking it on, but no one ever spoke about it, and everyone just thought they were, I don't know, clinically insane, but really it's just they were just going through it. I don't know.
Well, and I think part of it too is when they're talking about like their partners, if we're talking like a standard traditional like husband wife home, or mom dad whatever, that online we want to portray, or they want to portray, my partner is equally involved, they are equally as helpful, but then, you know, when we're sitting and having these sessions, they're like, well, I do all of X, Y, and Z, and listing the majority of the parenting things, but it's almost not even wanting to tell their friends or other people, yeah, I carry most of it out of fear of making then your partner look bad.
Exactly.
So it's almost like a weird of when they're coming to therapy to be like, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, I can't do it, but I'm unwilling, or I'm unsure really what to give up to make this go away.
Communication, too, is what that comes down to. People are afraid to say that, hey, this is... Because your fear of judgment from others, friends, family, you got to act like you're tough. But everyone wasn't doing that. I think it would be a lot better if everyone was just open.
Or like, is my family going to judge if they know I do more of it than my partner?
Oh, for sure. Like,
that's one that happens a lot.
And your family is always going to protect you because in your head, you're probably doing a lot. And you know what? Flip side of the coin, your partner probably could think, oh, shoot, I'm doing a lot too, but in a different way. So it's just coming together on what we were talking last week on everybody's roles. And I think that needs to be constantly discussed, constantly gone through. Otherwise, you're just going to get stuck in this horrible realm.
Well, selfishly for us, it's been a huge help, again, having you guys have kids at the same time.
I know.
Zach and me can speak candidly. If we're by ourselves, I mean, we act tough, but we
go,
hey, dude, this sucks. Like, some of this sucks. Or, hey, this is fun. What are you doing on your side of battle? Or keep them contained here. Yeah. And you share tribal knowledge.
Yeah, for sure.
For us, been a huge godsend.
I don't know how people do it without.
Because you've talked to people without kids now, and that world doesn't. Like, they just can't.
No, and not because they don't want to empathize.
No, you just aren't
understand.
There. The mentals aren't there.
And I do think that like that is some of the struggle again when it tends to be moms more typically are coming to therapy of being super alone and isolated. And when you talk about like, you have your mom friends, but even if your kids are not in the same stage, you're also in different worlds. So maybe your friends are not having kids yet, and your kid is 2, or your kid's 1 and theirs is 5, and you're just like missing each other, and so that connection gets lost too. And I think it's super isolating. Yeah.
So for these mainly moms that are coming in who seem fine on the outside, and then of course are dealing with this, what are the subtle signs that you're seeing that they may be slipping into this burnout, anxiety, postpartum depression? Like, what's the main sign that they come in with?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is them feeling off, or somebody has brought it up to them, like, you're not your normal self. I think, unfortunately, a lot of times by the time you hit going to the therapy appointment, like, things have really been struggling for a long time. Yeah. A lot of people's first initial reaction when they're struggling is, hey, let me go to therapy, unless they already have that, like, established routine where they know that's helpful. So a lot of it, I think, if you're looking for your friends, too, is, like, are they less social than they used to be? Are they not coming around as much as they were? And they used to be responsive, and now they're not. Yeah. They used to make the effort to want to spend time with you, and now they're unwilling, or they can't make the time, or I think those kind of things. And your partner, it's easier, I think, to pick up on of, like, when they're really struggling, because you'll see it probably more of, like, the crying, the withdrawn, the isolation, those things. So it is, I'm grateful, right, when they come into therapy and it's something they've recognized or their partner has, but a lot of times it's been a long period of struggle before they've made that first step to be like, I really need help.
Totally. Yeah. What a great point you make too, because therapy is probably not step 1 or 2 or 3. They're at the edge of the cliff going, I've got nothing else. And now, especially for guys, it's a big ego drop to say, hey, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
But that's like, you already have tried 10 things that didn't work.
Yeah.
Let's try the therapy route.
I think unless you, like, really grow up in knowing therapy, or that's so normalized in your family, then it probably is step 1 or 2. If your parents, like, have great relationships or did well in therapy, then it's easy for them to be like, yep, I'm going to reach out for my child. Or, hey, my parents did it, my friends did it, so it's easier for me to go.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a repeat client in the way of, I saw them years ago for a different issue, and years later now they're having kids and struggling, and so they returned back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was even the biggest thing for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I had a year and a half where I thought it was postpartum depression for the longest time. And you remember all these nights and days where I was literally on this floor crying because I did not know what to do. You didn't know what to do. You were trying everything. And that's finally the last point. We were like, okay, I'm going to go to therapy. And it helped immensely just be able to talk to somebody outside the family, outside of friends. So it's
you guys can tell me from the mom side. It almost thinks it's more of a systemic. Should therapy be a mandatory after you have a kid? You've got to do 6 months of therapy right after it, just to, like, because it happens a lot where the postpartum doesn't get talked about.
Like the baby blues.
Almost like a mandatorily, if you have a kid, you are given 6 months free of therapy thereafter as part of the...
I think the concept, yes, mandatory...
medical, like...
give, but...
Well, I think the
I don't
option
know.
there...
Option, yes.
I would love an option.
How many people are going to take as an optional thing, though, to take that step versus, like, hey, I know I need it, but my ego's too much to go, I'm going to go to therapy.
I think a lot of it isn't, though. When we talk about barriers to therapy, most of it is not ego. It's very much financial.
Sure, okay.
The financial burden.
So there's
finding the provider.
Okay.
Of, like... I can't leave my house, so I need to find, I mean, that's something COVID brought to the therapy world significantly, like, improved is, like, telehealth and teletherapy of not having to leave your house. So if you're a new mom and you're like, I can't get away, but the baby naps for an hour, so I can use this for therapy. But the biggest barrier is finding a provider that takes your insurance or is in your area, or I literally can't afford it. Very rarely, I think, is it, I'm ashamed or have the barrier. I think that, or I mean, I'm ashamed or I don't want people to know. I think that happens much less.
Okay,
now.
good.
Yeah, if they can provide that for free after, like, you have this available, that would, I think
a lot of people would take advantage of it for sure.
Okay, so maybe workshopping into it, but there was a good reason behind that. Yeah,
agreed.
I think it's a good...
I think it should be an option for sure.
So I know we kind of already dove into why so many people are struggling to ask for help even when they're already drowning. It is because of a lot of different factors of just everyone around them. They thinking they can do it all. What is your...
Or sometimes do you think, like, or maybe I just feel this way, or I know we've talked about it before, is knowing that you're drowning and I need help, but being unsure of what you're willing to give to your partner.
Yeah.
Right? Of, like, I know I'm taking on so much, I need to let something go because I can voice to my partner, I'm not doing okay, this is not going well, I'm taking on too much. And then your partner, again, I have a great partner being like, let me help, what can I do? And then me being like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm willing to do.
I know I do it better. So.
Yes. Or I'm unwilling to give this up because then it's not going to be done my way. And in my head, my way is going to be the most efficient because I have done it for so long. So I think that's a huge barrier is knowing like I need to let something go, but being super unclear is what that is, or being, I don't know what word you would use, like afraid or just like hesitant to then give it up to your partner, but that's what your partner is supposed to be, a partner. But if you don't give them the ability to thrive and be successful and be your partner, then we're not really like giving them the chance to be successful either.
Yeah. Well, newsflash either, guys aren't great. We're not born as mind readers. So we do need, you guys want us to know, but we have to know before you're wanting us to know. And it can cause a little bit of a...
So that actually...
It's guys don't get enough credit for like, hey, you're just supposed to know what you're supposed to help with. Well, I'm like, the list has 20 things on it, let me just start. Oh, no, you're not starting the right spot. So
actually leads into this
husband side a little
this
bit.
question. Yeah. So when we finally hit that point of I cannot keep doing it all, what is a healthy way from your perspective to start delegating without it feeling like we're failing or we're nagging to...
What a great segue, by the way. But
I mean, I do. I think it's when you talk about roles, or last week when it was about roles, I think they're always evolving. It has to be the check-ins of like, this
daily.
used to be something I could carry and was doing well with, and now I can't. Right? Because a lot of the times when you're hitting that breaking point, you've carried this for so long that it is so routine to you because everyone's set kind of in this role of how they want it to go.
Yeah.
And so I think it's reassessing what are your priorities, right? So I'm just going to, it's easier to explain like to speak as if it's me, right? So like, what are my priorities and what's something mid-priority that takes up my time or stress, but that I'm okay with it not being done the way that I would do it.
That's a good point. That's a good way to put it.
A high way or a high stressor or even medium stressor, but that if it's not done in the time frame or what I would do, then I'm still going to be okay. So, right, like an example at our house that we recently switched over was to Zach, like, can you deal with all of the dog stuff with the vet? I know, like, we've been having a lot of, like, health issues with our dogs, and so that's just been a whole stressor. So, like, for him to take on, like, I need you to make the vet appointments, doing their medications and all that, and it was, okay, this is something that, like, I used to carry, and it wasn't a stressor because it wasn't as time-consuming as it is currently. So things like that you're willing to pass to your partner. And again, in our house, like, my husband does bath time, and I don't. And that's something where I'm like, this
gold
is...
medal for him.
I mean, I do it sometimes. We do it together a lot, but yes, he does carry that one mostly. And so that's one of the things where I'm like, this is your time together. I can be doing something else. Like, this is okay. So I think it's just always reassessing what are you willing to start to hand over, and you have to give them the chance to be successful.
Yes.
Right? I think sometimes we know in our head, like you're saying, we're similar in our list making, and I have to do this, and if I just do it, it'll happen quicker. But then we never give our partner the chance to master the task.
That is
so then
very
you're
true.
Always going to carry
I do that
the
too,
task.
though. I struggle with that probably more than you do because I'm a perfectionist. Even down to like the dishwasher, I go,
he reloads the dishwasher after I've loaded
well,
it because
it's
not
the
loaded
common
correctly.
thing of like we probably do a whole segment of things that kind of she loads it with food on it. I have to pre-rinse and wash. So
Yeah.
And mine, when it's stacked, it's a Tetris board of every plate is organized, every fork is in its right spot. Versus her, it's almost like you took the dishes and tossed them in and said they were good to go. So that's one example, but I think I struggle with that way more.
This is a great point of saying in that moment, the time that you're going to take to reorganize or do it so the way you want it, is that worth the amount of stress it causes you to just leave it and move on?
See, that's the thing. For now, I got to work. Something I'm working on is trying to be more okay with it not being perfect.
Yeah.
Talked about in the first one, the OCD part of like the house has to be completely clean. It's impossible. You're pushing a rock up a hill.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, the rock goes back down. You got to push it up again. So I am working on that.
No,
but
I know
it's a
you
daily
are.
struggle for me to delegate things to her because I think I do them some things in just a better organized way.
I definitely I do all the kid meals, so I'm prepping all that. And then when your mom and dad were here actually a few weeks ago, you were gonna make dinner one night for the kids. So I was like, okay. And you kept asking me questions and everything, and your mom turned to me, and this is what made me realize. She said, you have to let him figure this out. She said it in a great way, but like otherwise he needs to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
He
Training
needs to
wheels.
you
It's
cannot.
totally
and I was
agree.
like, you are so right. Like, it's making something as simple as pasta. Like, you're gonna have to learn to figure it out. And you did. You figured out. We all survived. The kids ate great. But it is a good point. I have to be able to let you figure things out and not oversee or overparent, just like vice versa. Because
But I do need help on some things, though.
Yeah.
If I ask for help, I'm like, hey, how much pastini are we doing? Or what's the ratio to this?
But
there are some things I'd like. But when I'm asking for the 20th time of making pastini, then
we got issues.
maybe we got issues.
but what's the worst, right? That's the exact example of like, if you didn't know, what's the worst case scenario? You made too much?
Yeah. Or
Which
just
really
doesn't turn
isn't a
out.
problem, right? But in
No.
our heads, it's like we have to get it right the first time. And if we're wrong, then somehow we failed or we've messed up with our
totally.
kids or our marriage has struggled today when it's not. But
Totally.
it feels that way. Like it feels
In the bubble,
that big.
it is.
Yes.
But when you zoom out,
So
it
it's
is
just being able,
so
I think, to like
consequential.
go back to it and like, how much does this actually matter? How big is this problem actually in the moment? And once we can start to be like, maybe it's inconvenient or this sucks, but I can move on, or my kids are fine. It just isn't the exact way. Is it the best tasting mac and cheese? No. Yeah. Is it the same nutrition level and they're going to eat and go to bed with full bellies?
99% of the time,
then,
it is
Then
okay.
I got to give it up and we got to move forward.
We almost need like a code word or something that we could just say to each other that like brings everyone back to neutral. Like,
I mean, if you asked me what our problems were last Sunday, I mean, let alone, maybe even like 3 days ago, I don't know those.
Yeah.
Those are, problems are today, I'm on them now, but then after they're gone, it's, which is a kind of a good realization, So for every parent listening right now who feels very maxed out, what is one small, doable first step they can do to feel a little bit more supported or seen today?
I think like when we talk about feeling seen, that puts the responsibility on someone else, right? So if I'm saying like, how can I feel more seen today? That's not something I can be doing for myself. That's something we're expecting someone else to do to make us feel a certain way.
I agree.
So I think that's a hard question to answer. If it's more of what's something I can do to make myself feel better or a step to move myself forward, it's like kind of carving that time out. Like we talk about, I understand completely. At 9 o'clock, you put the kids to bed. I mean, maybe that's late. I don't know. Charlie goes to bed pretty late these days. But like, because I don't know. But if it's, so say like 8, the kids are in bed at 8 o'clock. And yes, there's dishes to be done. Yes, there's laundry to be done and all of those things. Can I allow myself 30 minutes to put on a face mask, watch an episode of Secret Life of Mormon Wives? Is it, or Righteous Gemstones, Zach and I are watching right now, or instead of being like, okay, now I need to prep lunch for tomorrow, I need to start laundry. All of those things do need to get done. But 30 minutes in the scheme of how much time we spend doing everything else to recenter to like, let me do something I love to do for me. Yep. I need to like home base again, back to the beginning, right? Will make the rest of your day feel so much better or feel so much more accomplished than if we just power through all of the things. And then you're almost resentful because now it's 10 o'clock. You've spent no time on yourself. You're like, I have to go to bed. The kids are going to wake up at 6. When I really think if you went till 10:30 until you went to bed, but had that 30 minutes to do you wouldn't feel that resentment that you do for only being on the go all day.
That's really good. We should try that.
I live for those 30 minutes. I need a light at the end of the tunnel. If I know I've got 36, 48 hours of just like no breaks, you just got to crush doing kid stuff and work and all that, it gets tough. And I need the little breaks. I love the boys.
Yeah. Oh, and I think that's something, right? And why do we as parents, when
why did I ignite that into there? Yes. There's probably
we're
there's
wired
a
to be like
it's by the way, for the record, I love them. By the way, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
But
it's this weird guilt, like
that you have to acknowledge out loud you love your kids. We all know we love our kids, but we can acknowledge that parenting is freaking hard.
It is.
Years of that being, I think in the 50s, the 40s, even our parents' generation, it was that, I mean, you talk to our moms, at least on our side, I don't know how it is with you, but my mom acts like, and Elizabeth, don't take this the wrong way, I know she probably handwrites every verbatim word we say on these podcasts, she listens so much, but she acts like she had no problems. I was like, hey, Mom, did I ever get out of my crib when I was like, no, you actually, you tucked yourself in. You were getting dressed at
too. Yeah,
12 months old. You were dressing yourself
You
for
were
bed.
eating so good.
How are we perfect kids with no problems? I don't believe
30
it.
years,
I don't buy it.
30 years of forgetness. Those moments do. Because you even, a year ago, you were like looking back at like the pre-early days. I'm like, no, what are you talking about?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was freaking
we
hard.
Were in Vietnam. I was
horrible,
with little bit rations.
But maybe it is. I do look back on the good things.
No,
and
I
the great things
I think you will.
Like,
time kind of distorts some of that too, but
but we do have to stop having that guilt because that's destroying internally.
It is. It is the biggest battle.
And we like in our therapy sessions, right, at private practice, and a lot of times with clients of like, I don't want you to say I love my kids. I know you love your kids. That's why you're here working on you. What I want you to be able to do is acknowledge like, today sucked.
Yeah.
Today I hated being a parent. Today I woke up and wished I was not responsible for someone else for 24 hours.
Yes.
And that is normal. And that is real. And that's the part that doesn't ever publicly get talked about when everybody feels this way.
Yeah. I think it's starting. I do see it more. I mean, I hate Instagram. I hate our phones. I think there are generation cigarettes, but we're on them. I mean, we're doing this podcast where you have back to home base, so it's a thing. Either ride the wave or not. But there's just too much on there, and I do see more and more moms talking about the hard part of it. There's even dad accounts, which I really like. There's not as many of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
but that are recognizing that it's tough for dads, and dads don't talk about them. If you think moms don't talk about it, dads, it is the least talked about thing, unless you're at a bar with your friends having beers. So I do think there's more of a wave of if we're all just going to talk about it, it's going to make it better for everybody. So
for sure, for sure.
Starting.
I love it. Yeah. All right, we are moving on to a little bit of a rapid fire.
Cool.
So this is just saying I'm going to give 2 things, or like say something just first what comes to your head.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I'm in.
So
in rapid fire, because I think
Joe did rapid fire. It was like 10 minutes.
15, 20 minutes an episode.
No comment, just answer.
Well, you can comment too, but
okay.
I was told, not to go too long.
So solo Target run or full family grocery shopping?
Ooh, those are 2 different vibes.
I know.
Very different vibes. Family full grocery shopping.
Yeah.
We don't get to do things fully together a lot with just our work schedule, so it is nice to do it together.
I love that answer.
Oh.
All right, and I've got number 2 here. So, okay, what's worse? Now, this is for your house, because I think our answer might vary.
Just my family, my house.
Very curious on your answer on this. Bedtime chaos or breakfast chaos?
What's better or worse?
What is worse?
Breakfast chaos.
Really?
Yeah, to start your morning in
too.
chaos is just like, no, this cannot set the tone for the whole day. Dinner, we're expecting, like, this is the end. We're going to bath time. We're near the end of the chaos. If it's the morning. Whew.
See, that's a good mindset. I'm like, I think bedtime chaos, because that's where I'm like,
but
this
it's easy for
sucks.
us, though. We don't, that's not a struggle.
They throw all their toys over the gate, and then it's like
but
double.
that's not the bed.
I don't
Once
even
they're
think
in their
it's
room.
even the task. It's just like, if you start that way, the mindset is like, oh my God, is this all day?
Yeah.
Is this how our day's going to go? Where nighttime, it's like, we've had a great day.
We're
Maybe
there.
We didn't.
That's such a good
Closing
caveat,
time
though,
is happening.
Carly.
Yep.
You did sway
Closing
me.
time.
Again, bedtime for us is not tough. I would have
Ours
chose
isn't
breakfast
either.
already, but now I'm heavy on the breakfast chaos being the worst.
Yeah.
Because you're right, the day starter. Now I work 5 days a week.
Yeah,
so
he
that's
doesn't
not
have to
my
do breakfast
task.
whatsoever. Ever.
But on the weekends, it's the same
Yeah.
concept. If your day starts off where you're just like, oh, then it almost is this little sense of dread of like, how are we going to turn this around? Because is this going to be our whole day?
Yep. So that's a great point. Okay, now this is an easy one for me.
Okay.
Hoping it's easy for you too, but drive-through dinner or snack plate night? Which do you prefer?
Drive-through dinner.
Yeah.
Because
that was me
snack
too.
plate, then I still have to clean up the snack plate
Yeah,
and find the snacks and put them out. Drive-through dinner, it's someone made it for me.
Now,
It's in my
follow-up
car.
question.
Goodbye.
Follow-up question. What is your and Zach's favorite drive-through? This is what we're hitting when it's late at night. We're looking to just get nasty with dinner. We are going to this drive-through place. Because I have an answer,
Okay,
but I want to know yours.
we don't go to drive-through, and not because we think we are above drive-through. It's getting Charlie then in the car, or somebody leaving and leaving the other one at home.
So let's say
Takeout to dinner.
pre-Charlie. Yes. What is your guilty pleasure if you're passing it on the road, you're starving?
Oh, I mean, I love Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And it's because we can give Charlie Chick-fil-A too, so it's pretty easy. But Zach would say if it's like late night after we've gone out or done something, like then it's always Taco Bell.
Oh.
We always have Taco Bell on the way home, or for some weird reason, if we have a road trip, we always go to Arby's. And only if we're road tripping. We don't go to Arby's unless we're on a road trip.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, this is like an
bring
internet.
this up for
well,
a
it's an
long
internet
time.
thing. I don't know if Arby's paid influencers to start doing this, but it gets slept on a lot. Their curly fries.
Their
are
curly fries
top-notch.
are
So good.
amazing.
Their milkshakes are good.
I haven't had those yet.
I just think it's inconvenient. The one close to us is not easy to get
It looks
to. That's
nasty
why.
too, but
Well, yeah.
It's been dogged on for a while. It's
Yeah.
now I don't know if they did an underground marketing ploy, but their curly fries are top. Like there's no
Yeah.
other best fry in the game.
But we only go on a road trip.
Yeah. Well,
We
the road
never
trip.
go if we're here. So
Unless you're making snacks, you can't be healthy on a road
No,
trip. It's
absolutely
like
not.
the freeways are made for unhealthy
Yeah.
decisions.
For
I'm a
Arby's.
McDonald's guy through and through.
okay.
Taco Bell
no,
would be
you
good,
are a Taco
but
Bell dude. Like
it depends though. I mean, Taco Bell
every
does wreck me for a good
Yeah.
day afterwards.
I don't think it's great. By
No,
any
it's
means,
that it
but
can't be. Yeah. Well, and when I'm eating, I know I'm not making great decisions
No.
there. McDonald's
if we've
though,
hit that point, then
Taco Bell will mess me up. McDonald's, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel
brings
as
you back.
bad.
no, I'm
Yeah.
Wendy's all the way. Their nuggets are the best.
So
I
no.
do love Wendy's.
What is one parenting rule you completely ignore?
Oh.
Or even something our parents used to do
That we completely ignore?
or we don't like, yeah.
Or maybe thought that you were going to do before Charlie, and now you're like, no, screw that.
I mean, I think at the beginning, one that's like talked about a lot is screen time, and I think we were like pretty realistic and being like it's gonna happen, and still now we like when we put her in bed with us in the morning, we'll put something on. Like we don't use it a lot. only because I want to be able to pull it out for the moments I need.
Oh,
so like
God,
when we
yeah.
fly next
Savor
week,
it.
I'm like, I need something for the plane. She's not used to watching a show. Let's hope this carries
Yep.
us over. I guess I don't know.
Screen
No,
time's
that's
a good
fair. That's
answer.
fair.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
We need to talk more about that flight stuff. You travel a lot more than we do. That's tough.
This is, I think, the worst age. When she was younger, and she's 14 months now, so when she was younger, it was a breeze because you just hold them and whatever. And now that she's mobile and wants to fight back and crawl and whatever, it is. We fly to Minnesota this week, and
And you've done it
just
by
gonna be
yourself
tough.
a couple times without Zach even. Yeah.
Yeah, I fly with her more alone
That's impressive.
than with him. But we'll travel this one together, and then I don't foresee us taking a trip together
We've
with
mixed
Charlie for a while. I mean, I'll go visit my nieces and leave Charlie here with Zach for the weekend or something like that because it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for her to fly. She's miserable. We're all
I used to hate kids on planes, but now I look at it like I'm gonna go get you water. Do you need an extra bag of peanuts?
Yes,
Can
we're
I
all
change
crying.
the diaper for them?
We're
Like
all crying. Everyone is miserable. Your kid is
even the
miserable. You are
littlest
miserable.
cry though, you think God, the entire plane hears me. They all hate me.
Yeah.
It's not recommended. I just
I'm waiting so long before we go on a
cars
Yeah.
or I'm a conversion van guy. So you know those like vans
Oh.
that have like a bed, a kitchenette in it.
Have you ever had one?
No, but we
But-
rented one.
Oh.
And I follow these Instagram pages. But I
Yeah.
mean, they're expensive too if you
I
get
think
a new
it'd be
one.
cool.
But
I
it's
think
a good
once
way
the
to
kids
travel.
are old enough again where they can like watch a movie,
That's the thing. If
then
they can,
you're golden.
more than
The
5
attention
seconds.
is
Yes.
not there, and
Yeah.
you can bring as much ammo as you can and snacks. It just when the Bahama trip, they were 20 months old, 18 months old, ish.
Yeah.
This last March or something.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Very tough, and it scarred me for life. So.
You know, I read, this is not related, but I read recently that they talk about a strategy being if your kids are this age to book the first flight in the morning at like the 7 a.m. flight and wake them up at like 3 and keep them awake till the airport so they're exhausted so they sleep. However, I do feel like this could backfire.
Oh, on
because
paper,
they
it
only
looks great,
nap 30 minutes on the plane. Now
Yeah.
you have a chronically overtired kid and
Yep.
you're just more screwed probably than if you took the afternoon flight. So
I don't
we
think
are
there's
flying
no
the middle of the day.
right
We are
answer.
hoping she naps, and if she doesn't, then
And you've got Zach this
please
time.
don't fly our Delta flight with us, and you won't have to deal with this.
You've got Zach
I
this
do.
time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one. What is the
Okay.
weirdest thing that helps your mental health?
The weirdest thing that helps my mental health?
Or just helps you in general to like come back to neutral, reset.
I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily weird, but I either will I like to watch sometimes like when we talk about Mormon wives or something like a reality show that isn't really a full reality show because it is mindless enough where sometimes so for instance, Zach and I used to watch Blacklist together and we never finished it. And it's almost because at the end of the night, to be committed into like a very heavy show almost feels more overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where
Yep.
if it's a show where it's
Preach.
housewives or something in the background where I'm like, oh, this is drama that's somewhat fake, somewhat real, somewhat whatever. But I'm not having to like be invested
Yes.
in carrying something heavy, then
Yeah.
it's an easy unwind. We are big. What we talked about it the other day. Like we watch The Office or New Girl or something at night that's like not a heavy one.
Comfort food, but TV wise. Yeah.
Something to carry. Or Amazon, I guess an Amazon shout out, just emailed and was like, here's 3 months of Kindle Unlimited for free. And I was like, great news, I'm back.
Love it.
So it'll be like books that I used to not like that are weirdly like fantasy. I don't even know. Like, well, you know,
Does
like
Zach
these
read?
books.
Fourth
were-
Wing,
Will Zach
Court of
read?
Thorns
No, and I hope
Roses.
Zach is listening to this. Zach
Does he know how to read? I
adamantly
don't-
refuses, does not like to read. He tells us the last book he read was probably like middle school. He does not enjoy it unless
That's
it's
most
like
people,
fantasy. He'll
Yeah.
read his fantasy football. Fantasy
that's a
football.
whole-
Let me specify, not fantasy books.
Yes, not
I was
fantasy
going to
football.
say, that is a very distinct...
No.
You need to make that distinction.
Yeah.
He's not reading
unless
about
it's fantasy
dragons
football,
and-
fantasy baseball,
Yeah.
or he reads to Charlie a lot. So
Okay.
he reads
That's
to
Well, those
her
are-
all the time.
I would
Yes.
hope he can make it through
He
a
can make
kid's
it through
book
those.
without stumbling.
But no, he does not choose.
I don't
no
either.
part of him is going to the library to pick out a book and says, "Oh, this looks great."
Yeah.
0%.
I don't either to defend him, so we're not
Yeah.
dragging him while he's not
Oh
here
no,
either,
he
but
knows. He'll tell everyone he
I
doesn't like
want to read more. I mean, that book
I've
has
got
been
you
by
a
my
few books.
bedside,
Yeah, the wager.
and I'll read like 2 pages. It's like melatonin for me, though. If I
Yeah,
read in bed,
same.
I go to sleep. It's like
Yeah.
7 o'clock. I'm 2 pages in. I go, well, that
He
was it for
literally-
tonight. I'll close the book
He's
and
a
go.
2-page quota every night.
Well, no, not every night, but sometimes I rifle through. The problem is it's a good book. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the ease of like, that feels like a task to me where on your point, instead of just tossing something on, so much easier to sit there and scroll on my phone or watch a show versus now a long day's passed and now I got to read my entertainment. It's just that small little barrier. When you're at a crossroads, I have an easy choice, but I need to do the book more.
I think too, it's the little hard. Like, I am super social that I want to be with my friends and do things, but also after like long days of sessions, especially when I work private practice, it is like I want to touch base with my friends or whatever, but I don't have the ability to give effort into listening or even if it's on nothing, like not something heavy, where it's like I just can't people anymore today.
No,
I just need to go home
too. We're so available.
Yeah.
That is also when you want to unwind for the end of the day, but there's 3 people you have to respond to because if you don't, then it's like
a thing.
I got to make something up. So yeah, the availability of our phones does not help either.
No, but so I think the typical, if you read, watch a show.
Yeah,
I love it.
A walk.
Well, Carly, thank you so much for being here. You brought so much insight, honesty, and complete realness to this whole conversation. And I think every parent and any person listening really needed to hear everything that you needed to say. But it's a good perspective too, coming from you who are, you deal with these problems a lot more than we do on a daily basis. So your perspective has been amazing. I feel better. I'm not going crazy. I mean, I talk to you guys all the time. Yeah. Makes me feel I'm not as crazy as I think I am. It's a good reminder to have us let us know that it's okay to not be okay. Yes. And it's okay we need to vent and all that. And mental health isn't a luxury. It's necessity for everything. So. Reoccurring guest now too. You're part of the Planned-ish crew. Yay. Live your life planned-ishly. Yes. You can have a plan until it's ished. I know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe a better tagline than that. Thank you. We'll work on it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Carly. Thank you for having me. All right. This is our Elite-ish 8 time. So we are going to pick a topic every week, and we both are going to pick or quote unquote draft our top 4 of this topic. And then we'll go from there. So this week's topic is items that saved your mental health as a new parent. Well, let's back up here a little bit. New segment, yeah. So we both are going to alternate picks. Mm-hmm. Top 4 for each category. Yep. And there is a winner and a loser. So this is going to be put on a story. Yeah, it might be a post or a story, and for those of you who are listening, you're obviously going to know who picked what, but for those who haven't listened yet and see, we're going to have an anonymous pick. So you can just pick whatever It'll go on your story, and then I think a story's 24 hours, right? Yep. So it's 24-hour voting. Mm-hmm. We haven't decided on a prize. I think that's to be determined. Yeah, maybe like winner picks next week's topic or something. We got to start doing a tally. It's got to be juicier than that. Yeah, there needs to be some skin in this game. We'll ask for ideas. We'll workshop a punishment/reward. Yeah. But Elite-ish 8 is the name of the category. We're going to alternate picks. Yep. Items that saved your mental health as a new parent. I have 4, 5, 6. This is bad podcasting, but I have 7. I don't want to even use my 7th. I'm more nervous that you have. Then why not? Here, you go first. You go first with your first. Well, I don't want 1-1. It's okay. You can have 1-1. Go ahead. You can do the first pick. Okay. Things that have saved my mental health. This is gonna sound interesting, but a shower. Like, I think that gets so forgotten as a new mom and new parent, and still sometimes because you're so busy. But like, I'm not just talking like a shower quick in and out. I'm talking about like an everything shower, where like you want to use that new scrub on your face or your legs or nice body wash. Just that's a one for me. It's a good one. So 1-1 is shower. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm going with more of a utility for my 1-1. I think this is super easy for me. The baby Keurig, which I don't think is the name of it, but the baby Breza. Yeah, baby Keurig is the way I'm gonna, at least what I want it to show up as. That's a good one because I put thought into this, dude. 3 a.m.s making formula sucks. Not having to heat up the bottle makes it to your perfect temp. You put the ounces on there, you push a button, and it makes it for you. My 1-1 is baby Keurig. So we have shower, baby Keurig. Back to you. Yep. Being on this topic, friends who reach out to you like once a week or something, because having a resource outside of marriage and family, I think that's a huge thing.
I had friends on my list. Yep,
Yeah,
that's a
okay.
good pick. Okay. My second pick of what saved my mental health as a new parent, and this continues to be,
It evolves.
yeah. I'm going Starbucks as my second pick.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, I think
That is a really good one.
So when we first had the kids, like the first week,
Yeah, it was
I had
every
a
day.
steady diet of, and I don't drink them anymore, but remind me,
It was macchiatos, ice caramel macchiatos.
ice caramel macchiatos and the food that they have at Starbucks, which shout out to the food at Starbucks. It's
gotten
amazing.
really good.
Really good. Their new,
I'm impressed.
what are those things I like? The jalapeno chicken pocket thing.
I'm a big egg bites person. I love the egg bites. A good protein.
But when we first had the kids, I think I gained 10 pounds in a week because I was eating those caramel macchiatos and food. That was all I had from Starbucks. So
I like it.
Second pick.
All right. My third that saved my mental health as a new parent was honestly the Nanit camera.
I had it on my list.
Because, yes, a baby monitor is great, but when you finally get them in another room, to have a visual, because you can hear a sound all day long. You can think like, okay, what the heck is that sound? But you pull up the camera, you're like, okay, that's not a reason for me to go in the room or not. So that saved a lot of angst. And it still does. I mean, we check on them all
The visual
the time.
part, you don't got to get out of bed. It's kind of the easiest way to just check on them. I think
that's my number 3.
That was on my list, so that's a good pick. My number 3, surprised, what a great value to get this at this late in the draft. I'm going pacifiers.
Oh, God, you did think about this really well.
I mean, if this list doesn't...
I'm going off the cuff here.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that you didn't have anything written down, and I go, wow, okay. Which, if I lose this, by the way, I'm calling already that it's rigged, because to get these 3 as my choices, I'm pretty astonished.
Yeah, you can cork it really quick, but we're only doing them at night. Well,
yes,
and a car
but without
ride.
them, I don't think we like. That's definitely something as far as a soothing tool goes, saving our mental health. Pacifiers are on my list. So, and
I
then
like it.
You get your last.
My last one, because I do get scatterbrained a lot and I'm all over the place, a shared calendar or schedule.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to go what's up, especially too with the boys when we were in the early days of, okay, what was their schedule for nap, snacks, all this. When we had our nanny, when we have grandparents, I think that is a huge tool to come back to. And our meals. Again, I talk about the Skylight calendar all the time, but it's been super, super helpful, and it helps keep me organized, and I can just look, okay, what do we got going on today? That's it. So that saved a little bit of scatterbrain for me.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good pick.
Right.
I didn't have it on my list, but good pick. Yeah. And then I think an easy last one for me, again, shocked that we have made it. We still use this to this day. The bouncers. So very versatile. It's their chair.
The baby born,
we
baby
feed
born.
them their bottles in them. They are their chairs that they still sit in. They probably are definitely overgrown for them at this point, but...
And strap them in. At least they're not going to go anywhere for a second.
The most you... Exactly. Yep. It's kind of like a timeout chair now we're trying to get into.
It is a timeout chair.
So as far as versatility goes, to be the last pick, that's
really good.
pretty solid.
That's a good item.
If we recap now, you had... What are your 4? You had shower,
friends, Nanit, and calendar app.
Okay.
Calendar.
And I had baby Keurig, Starbucks, pacifiers, and bouncer.
Yeah. We'll put that up.
That's a strong...
Take a vote. And you don't need to vote just because, like, you have a favorite person, but vote based on the...
Well, there's people that see the Instagram and not listen. So I think the 24 hours on Wednesday comes out Wednesday morning, goes for 24 hours. That should be a good enough vote. And then we'll decide on the punishment/reward.
I agree. That's
we'll
great.
Workshop it.
I love this. All right, heading into the group chat. So this was something, again, we posted out on Instagram and Threads. But what was one thing you wish your partner or family member would just do without being asked every single week? So this is a good one because the answers were pretty interesting. So I'll read off a few. Some said, put the diaper bag back. Yeah, that's a good one because you're running out and you think something's there in the car.
You just want it in the same spot every time. I think that's a universal. You could say, put the blank back. If it's not in the same spot that I know where it is, it's not a good thing.
Another person said refill the toilet paper roll and putting it on the right way.
Interesting.
There is
okay.
some controversy about this
one.
because I put the toilet paper roll on and I don't think, but you clearly have a right way of doing it.
Yeah, but you clearly have a wrong way that you think is right because it is the same way for you. So
Maybe I don't realize I'm doing it. I just put it on. But
this falls under the category, and I hope I don't want to ruin future episodes or anything like that. But the grocery cart getting put away, not reclining on an air seat, and this toilet paper roll having a correct way are things that they're staple items for me.
You have a hard view on most of these.
There's a correct way and there's a wrong way. So,
but still, going to the bathroom without a toilet paper roll, and someone not refilling it, that's jail time.
Yeah, that's it. Also, you're gonna have to do that waddle to go get it. But let's describe what is the right way. So it's the over the top, so that it's not being dragged against the wall.
I honestly don't even
leans
think
over.
when
I'm trying to describe it without the visuals, but it's where it comes out over the top versus the underneath.
I don't.
Anyways,
yeah.
So there is a right way. That's another poll, I think, idea. You should just put that out there.
Mm-hmm. Another person said looking in the fridge before saying we're out of food. So that's hard because we have a full fridge and I go
to the fridge first.
I go all the time and I will still say we're out of food because there's nothing that I want to eat at that time.
Or easy snacks that don't take work to put together. Yeah.
Someone said start the dishwasher instead of stacking things on top of dirty or even clean dishes. Hand up, I've done it. I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's not my department. I don't fall victim of that one. I guess I fall victim of it. I'm not the culprit.
Yeah. Another one said put laundry in the dryer before it smells.
That means it's sitting in that wash for
That's
too long.
That's nasty.
Yeah, but let's not pretend you are some laundry. Like you get it. If it is in the dryer, it might be there for 3 or 4 days until my next load goes in. I'm pretty quick.
You are machine.
That laundry gets dried, folded right away. Yours comes from the dryer and then parks itself on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Someone said restock wipes, formula, and diapers before we run out.
Yeah, that's
another thing. Like the toilet paper, you got to do it. Someone said use a shared calendar. I'm not your assistant.
There you go.
I tell you, even a haircut. I like to know when you have a haircut, so I put them on the shared calendar so I know, okay, you're not going to be here really for dinner because you do them after work. So things like that, or when we have appointments, family coming in town. So that's big. I get that.
Yeah, and I forget things are coming up too.
Yeah.
And my work calendar, I got to be better about the shared because it makes my work calendar because that's my home base of calendars is that. Mm-hmm. But I don't do it on the home one. So, but it's more of a reminder. I do need more reminders for me than you need reminders.
Yeah, and it's helpful too, as the kids get older, to have something visual for everybody, But
especially when we get into sports and stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
And last one said, stop asking what's for dinner from the couch.
Ooh, that seems targeted.
That is very targeted.
Said this one. Do we know who said these ones?
It's
anonymous?
all anonymous.
It's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to guess that didn't come from a dad.
No.
That's not a dad kind of comment.
I'm going to guess.
From the couch feels just...
That is very targeted.
Yeah, that's the knife being twisted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
You are a great cook, and I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that is a wrap on this week's episode. This was a good one, and mental health, mental load is a huge topic nowadays. So I'm very happy that we had Carly on, chatted on all this good stuff, but we will be back next Wednesday with more parenting chaos, marriage debates, and very highly questionable advice.
Yeah, I don't know if I give myself credit enough to say advice, but yeah, until next time, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Over and out.
I love it. Thank you so much, and see you later. If nothing else, you showed up, and that's the most plantish thing you can do. Subscribe, share it with your chaos crew, and I'll see you next week.